OCO, hello. Happy to visit with you again via the dancing electrons through the internet. May our time together remind you of the seed of wisdom within, and may each person be inspired to bring that wisdom into skillful activity for the benefit of all beings in this and all worlds. For sure, we are all relatives in this dance we call life. At the headwaters, where the water flows down the New Haven into the Atlantic, and where our prayers are flowing through the water, the air, our prayers of appreciation for the gift of life, for the opportunity to live in a place free from strife, and understanding just how precious human life is. We also dedicate our activities that other beings may recall their natural state of wisdom, and that where there are sounds of confusion there may arise understanding, and where there is the sound of war may there arise the sound of skillful mediation. Truly we are all one human family. What happens in one place, it happens like the butterfly's movement. Moving the wind, it flows all around. So in this moment, I wish to share with you the fact that everything is happening right now. You are the parent of the future, and you are the descendant of those who are past. And in this moment, the past and the present meet. The idea of the past and the present meeting in the now is being explored by some scientists, where they find that they can inscribe information upon an electron, and the past experience of the electron reflects what is happening in the now. And so this is a way in which the confused states of humanity can be healed. It's the basis of some communities praying for their ancestors. It's not about ancestor worship, it's about unraveling the threads, the patterns that are inscribed in the stream of mind, that we may recognize ourselves living continuously in the now. And what we do in the present very clearly contributes to the future. And so I would like to begin with a story, since I know young people are watching this. In fact, I'm hearing a lot more young people watch this than I would have expected. So I'm going to say, the winds carry a song. The winds remind us that we all belong in the circle of life. The winds as they spiral around, reveal that this one who is a child is also a grandparent, that this one who is a child is also a wise being. So wise being, listen to this, because you are a star seed, you're moving into the light. Someone came and told me this tale. Some people came to visit me. Oh, they were beautiful and a wondrous sight to see. So luminous, so glorious was their light. Some were very tall and some were very small. And they said, "We are your descendants." How can that be? "We are your descendants and we people the stars." Well, how can that be? I cannot imagine anyone I know who would become a starship commander. How can it be? It all begins within your heart. What is it you choose to invent? Hey, you young one who want to invent things to make life a little better. Perhaps you are the parent of those great fleets, those star beings who return to us. So what do they say? Why do they return to us now? They say, "Oh, you forgot your whole beings. You've forgotten that you're wondrously connected to all fields, and in your selfishness and withholding love, your people are creating a disturbance." Oh, what can we do? What do we do? Remember, remember to send the return pulse. Remember, remember to send the return pulse. It's love and appreciation. Well, why are you here? What do you want us to do? Since you come from the future and you say you are our descendants, why do you return in this time? To tell you these important things. Clear your mind, clean the water, stop polluting the earth. Clear your mind, clean the water, heal the earth, and remember, we are all a family. I said, whoa, everyone is a parent of tomorrow. Yes, you, even you who may think times are confused and wondering, where am I to go? What am I to do? All this money we spent on university, and it appears there's nowhere to go. Well, actually, you have wisdom. You already see the path. Together, circles of good relationship give birth to abundance. So remember, your natural state is luminosity. This is for you, Hunter. This is for you, Chris. For you young fellows out there. You have the ability to accomplish your goal. So that's Grandma Honey's story. Your ancestors are looking, and your descendants are awaiting that you remember your beings of light, co-creators. Well, how can I test this? How can I be sure? I hear you, little one. I hear you. How can you be sure that you have a direct connection to the past and that you are also connected to the future? Sitting quietly, spine erect, tongue at the roof of the mouth, aware of the wind pulsing within you, aware of the heart's flutter. DNA molecules connected, streams of light, cascading waves of rainbow grace. They flow through you like stardust. You are born And as stardust, myriad worlds move within, cascading waves of rainbow light spiraling through you. Rainbow torus rings, like a fountain, blessings overflow. Wisdom eye opens, penetrating insight. Observe one's own heart in the beat of your heart. Hear the voice and the pulse of the earth in the beat of your heart. Observe the moment you came into this life. Heart full, radiating, receiving, all senses perceiving the rhythm and pulse of the earth. This is your gift. Something wondrous and sacred, a seed of wisdom permeates every aspect of your being. Observe it. Looking within, give thanks. Yes, for the opportunity to be here, to participate in the dance. That wise, aware being is unchanging, still there, perhaps covered with other people's thoughts, education. Behave this way, behave that way. Recall your natural wisdom state. As you exhale, perception, awareness reveals your direct connection with all that is. "7 years after your birth, you dreamed about now. 7 years after your birth, you dreamed about now. Observe how your thought and emotions contribute to now. Only spiraling winds turning within, revealing that you dance with the trees. The breeze sings a song within each of us, and the spiraling energy of galaxies, the deep bass tone. So now we're going to turn up the volume with Grandma Honey's Cosmic Radio. To take birth, Mother, Father, how amazing, spiraling energies, dancing within, making it possible for you to recall and be born. How wonderful. Spiraling energies, cascading waves. Did you know that your DNA may leave an impression in the ethers, taken from one laboratory to another, infused with light. The message remains. So do you remember your natural state? Accept cascading waves of rainbow light, a continuous grace that moves upon all of us. Let us remember that sacred face, that original state. Ah, how sweet it is. Supported by the stars, feel yourself elongate. Tension falls away. Inner strength is revealed as you recognize you are supported by the earth. Growing up, sometimes it is challenging. Oh, the energy of creation, as you recognize the preciousness of your human birth, may appear distracting. Allow the sacred energy of creation to flow as a prayerful offering. Spine straight, shoulders relaxed, tongue at the roof of the mouth. Consider, where were you 3 days ago? And where will you be 3 days from now as you sit here in this moment? This is a simple lesson to realize past, present, and future exist in the now. What is karma? It's part of the dance. It is the dance. Words we've spoken, thoughts we've carried, seek to manifest, and you have the power to manifest visions of peace, harmony, accomplishment. You have the power in your neighborhood, in your community, in your family, your heart, to manifest joy, abundance. Planting a garden, a symbol. In truth, you plant seeds of good cause. You plant seeds of good cause by considering how your activity will benefit those you know in the present, yourself included, all beings. So, different world now, different economy. How will you express your creative potential? Meet with a circle of friends. Bake bread, watch it rise, just as joy may rise. When we leaven our hearts with the idea of yes, we shall, we will, for the benefit of our families, all beings. So, what do you energize? Are you the starship trooper What do you energize? Well, right now we're thinking about how will I get a job? How will we live? Think of your friends and how you may live and work together. 3 heads, 3 people, 3 flames, co-creative energy, accomplishment, especially when guided by love and kindness. So, past, present, and future, you adults, you wise ones, you who have practiced for many years, I invite you to consider the cascading waves of rainbow light flowing through you, rainbow fountains overflowing, myriad rainbow torus rings. From the wisdom eye penetrating insight, observe one's heart, look within. Unresolved issues, resolved with understanding, energy liberated. The karma of nations, the cries of those who wish to be heard. Arise into a song of jubilation. We forgive ourselves and others for what might have been, could have been, should have been, and energize through visualizing the world we choose to participate in. The Mayans and Cherokees have spoken of the dream we live within, this dream in which we live is energized by each of us. What reality do you accept? What reality do you energize? Is the pot half empty or is it half full? Seeing that experiment or reading about it, that showed the information of DNA. Once it's removed from the laboratory, that information still remains, and another strand of DNA reappears. And then there's a second experiment there, and we'll put it up on the website so people can read the articles themselves. And the second article is an abstract of the entire article. It talks about how activity in this moment added to the electron and also experiments with photons changed the past and influenced the future. And I said, wow, they're beginning to catch up with some of those old ladies and those older men I heard from so long ago, who said it's all happening right now. And so with this understanding, we have an opportunity as human beings to very carefully clarify the lens of our view, to allow our wisdom eye to see beyond the constructs. What are the constructions? They're concepts, they're beliefs that we have about the world. So, is it half full or half empty? Situations are changing, and it's a wonderful opportunity, these changes. And how we approach these changes, that's our own choice. So, what do we energize? Do we see abundance arising and the collapse of something giving birth to something new? When many years ago, many of us were called the fifth generation awakening, we would ask elders, well, can it get better? What will happen? Is it going to be destroyed? And some people felt, yes, it's all wrong. Nature, Mother Earth will shake everything off. And others said, nature is also loving when people are loving. And we remember, and that this is a dream, so around the world that is not working, there's already been created a system that is working. And so where we place our attention is what will reveal our present future. So then this breaks up the whole idea of different timelines. And what does it mean, different timelines? They're like ripples. And this lesson actually was learned from an old Hopi. We visited him different times over the years, and then 5 years ago we went to visit him again. And the young man with me, my son, said, you know that prophecy rock has changed? He says, yes. You've changed. And as we change, as we recognize the power of our thought, our speech, and our action, the appearances of possible futures also change. So it's very important in these times to recognize it's not about destruction or ending. It's about revelation of our potential. And so the old thought forms, when we say, no, it's this way. No, it's this way. And thought forms become entrenched. And people think it's one way or the other. It's my way or no way. And we see that played out politically also. And the real truth is that the way continuously reveals our unity. And the moment we withdraw energy from the reaction of fighting, then there's no more power in that thought form to have something to fight against. And we may see more clearly the ways in which we are connected. So thought is powerful. And every human being at some point has, either for the sake of convenience or politeness, abdicated their spiritual authority, sometimes just for a moment, sometimes for a whole lifetime. And what is your spiritual authority? It is the recognition that you are a being of light, a co-creator, and that your activities, like ripples in a stream, have an effect in the whole dream. So this agreement we've shared that this is Earth, and this is how people do things, and this is the structure we accept. Well, those structures were convenient to learn about matter, material, communications and systems, and at this moment we can also see the lesson of the fractional, that all information about the whole is in the one small part. So each of us is appearing as one small part in the dream, and our willingness to unravel those thoughts of separation become the medicine that reveals all means of cooperation and abundance. So just as one can hear the sound of the earth roaring, we also hear the sound of one another and our collective belief systems. And these collective belief systems people become attached to. And we can also see the potential of wisdom in the different belief systems of many people around the world, and to look for the common thread. That is the common thread that unites us. Basically, we live here, we inhale, we exhale, we all drink water, and we need it. And so the more we look at what we share, the more we are able to see pathways of cooperative action. So yeah, we are the future. The future is this very moment. And then you young folks out there who are listening to the wind and hearing the pulse of the universe, you are co-creators. So what is the transference of information that occurs when scientists can place information on an electron in one lab, and it reaches through time and space, and that same information is recorded on an electron in another lab, thousands of miles away. What is that? That's also our ability to communicate. So energize what we wish. Energize the ideal. Let us place our attention on the ideal, so that all beings in this and all worlds may recall that we are dreamers, and we've accepted, agreed upon certain view, and that view is expanding, because we indeed are the starship commanders moving through the universe. And we visit Earth again to say, take care of the water, take care of the speech, get the plastic out so that people can be healthy. What do they mean about getting the plastic out? They say that the plastics make people sterile and also interfere with their intelligence and ability to communicate, because they mimic human hormones. So our awakened selves already have come back to say, take care of the precious human body, the precious water, the earth, and one another. So you are starship captains. You are starseed. You are stardust. How wonderful. So now there's time for questions, and I think we're getting more efficient in our electronic communication here.
you explain what you were doing with the crystals?
Basically, by holding, one is right turning, the other is left turning, therefore calling them mother-father crystals, analogous to the energies that spiral within our own body and give rise to, or as an expression of the toroidal forces that enable matter to arise from fields of potential. Basically, turning up the field, tuning the field so that those of you who are far can have recall your direct connection. So, literally turning up the volume.
How joyous to meet our descendants. I'm wondering, are they also meeting their descendants at the same time?
Some, yes. Yes. And people think that descendants are the result of giving birth. And in truth, the descendants are also the mind energy that you've placed in the world, the view that you've placed in the world. So in this way, everyone is a parent of tomorrow.
What is the image that is behind you? What does it represent?
The image behind me is actually a painting by an artist named Gray. I thought it was by someone in the community, and she informed me, no, this is by an artist. And what it conveys is the circles of relationship, the energy fields, and we have a meditation practice which is observing cascading waves of grace as rainbow torus rings, and that the threads or the lines of light are spiraling energies that convey information from different realms. And all of this is arising from our heart. So at the heart center, each human being has direct perception of all that is. So what is referred to as omniscience is the recognition that every being is united. And so that image is a very clear one for describing our inner meditation practice.
Are the young people of today tuning in different ways? Are there differences?
Yes, actually I find that each generation seems to come with a higher level of intelligence, perception, and ability to interact with the environment. And some children are fortunate that they're able to maintain that, and that is a great deal the result of parenting and association, and then through continuing education, especially when it's test-based, where you just study by rote. Some of that creative direct perception hides for a while until individuals choose to bring it out again. Some things about, we have 5 generations living in my family presently, so I can really see the differences. The oldest, which is my mother, is very focused about getting things done in the world and setting a pattern for accomplishment. Then the next generation, which is many of us, or the boomers, is about expanding beyond the desire for order and a planned future, really choosing to push the boundaries. And then the generation after that, our children, are indeed and have extended the boundaries. They no longer feel they need to be part of a particular system. They recognize they're part of the whole system, and they move from place to place. And their children have basically no real prejudice. Their consciousness does not accept prejudice, and they are more aware of how human beings are connected, and they are, what is accomplishment to them is creating music or joy or laughter that lifts people's hearts, and also hearing the cries of those who are enmeshed in matter, in poverty, and finding ways to transform those views and patterns that keep people in a circle of suffering, and support systems that limit and reward limits. Then the youngest generation, they basically say what star system they came from and what they're here for. And our generation remembered telepathy. They and their parents never forgot. So that's just a little bit from experience and the people I meet that I share.
There's so much turmoil in the world today. What are the best practices to do if we are feeling stressed by the uncertainty and rapid change we are seeing?
Yes, indeed there is rapid change and turmoil in the world today. And the first step to stabilizing one's own consciousness and heart and mind is to sit, spine erect, tongue at the roof of the mouth. Where it's the breath, inhaling, exhaling, accepting the gifts that flow, and allowing the heart's pulse to be unfettered. And so the sound I sang initially, the ah sound, making that sound when things seem a little uncertain and you want to quiet your situation, just ah, ah, and this helps calm your body and mind. Even when people are having arrhythmias, just chanting ah, helps very quickly. So you say, I'm at work, I can't do this, and you can very quietly. Yes, these are times of change, and wise to energize what it is you wish to accomplish, than being blown about by all the winds of change? What do you choose to actualize for the benefit of your family and your clan and the land? Another question?
No, that seems to be all.
Through the silence, a prayer, a song reaches to each of you who view this video.
There is one more.
Uh-huh.
As parents of young people, what can we do to help?
Having the good fortune to be a parent of young people, you can listen, encourage, acknowledge the accomplishments, and share meals together. So I think we come to no, we still have more time. So you have a question? Yes.
You referred to when we were 7. Could you speak to the significance of being 7?
Yeah, that's when you really begin to understand your muscles and bones, and you settle into your body and you realize, oh, this is home. Before that, your star world or your heavenly connections are more loudly expressed. And at 7, you settle in and realize this precious human body is, something I can learn with and learn through. And also, every 7 years, many people say you are renewed and made again. And so there is a spiritual practice where we move through the cellular time by moving backwards or forwards in time through leaps of 7 years.
I think that's all the questions.
All right. The world is in your pocket. Heaven is in your heart. Remember that. So I'm going to sing a concluding song prayer. It's a sound prayer. It is the sound you hear when you're in a cave. 27-year cycle for the Elders Gathering here in Vermont. And so I invite you to come. Come visit with us whichever days you can. Visit the sunray.org website to find out the particulars. And also the first week in July, there's a special 7-day teaching or retreat that I do each year that is very deep, and it's generally for those who are educators and scientists, and you can go to beautywayproductions.com to find that information. So, completion of a cycle, beginning something new. What do you choose to energize? Wado.